Hello, welcome back to southern Sweden, where we are putting the finishing touches to this big recording studio in an even bigger old Swedish cow barn. This week is all about acoustic gobos, these movable studio soundproof screens. Stay tuned if you want to find out how we made 10 of these for under €1,000. Okay, please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's do it. So the first thing I did was a load of research. There isn't really that much online about these kind of screens, certainly no close-ups that I could find. I reached out to a few people that I know. One guy who actually works in Abbey Rd, he gave me some useful information about how they actually get used there. But the best input I got was from the late great Mike Thorne of Rimshot Studios down in Kent. He sent me a whole load of photos, like close-up photos of his original BBC screens that he had down there. Specifically how the windows fit into the frames and also how the legs work, because on those original screens you have two tall legs and two short legs on each screen. It's a real kind of genius system. It basically means that you can butt the screens wherever you like, 90 degrees, like any angle, and the legs always just stay out of each other's way. Like the little one slides underneath the tall one. It's very elegant. Hats off to whoever came up with that in the first place. So then after that I gave a lot of thought as to how are we going to use them here? How tall do they need to be? Where should the window be in each one? If you're sitting down playing the acoustic guitar, you want to be able to see through the window. If you're standing up and singing, if you're quite tall and you're standing up singing, you want to be able to see through the window. It's worth thinking about that kind of thing. A little bit later in the video I will show you the dimensions of our screens that we made, but do kind of go through it and just figure out, is this going to work for me in my studio? Alright, so the first thing we did after all of that homework stuff was we welded up the frames. I say we, I mean Ferdy. I know that he spent a long time being really precise. That is very important on this. If your welding skills are not really good, then maybe it's worth paying somebody to do this for you. I think if they're even slightly out of square at all, it's just going to be a massive headache later. I know that Ferdy really put the time in to get it accurate. So that was the first thing we did. Back to the video. Yeah, so we can just tap a hole.
Yeah.
I've got my tap set.
Yeah. You think this is enough thread to hold it? If not, we could tap the hole, get a nut on a screw and weld the nut also underneath.
Yeah, we can do that.
Or we can first try.
Yeah.
Try and see. And like the middle is 2 centimeters off, huh? Because we have the other ones that are like this.
Yeah.
And the height...
Will it go all the way in? Yeah.
The height, I weld them on.
good.
There will be more weight.
Yeah, more weight at the bottom as well. But I mean, it's already it's fine. Beautiful. Right, so Elsa is busy doing an incredible job of painting all of these. We ended up making 2 extra little baby ones, so there's 5 of each. And these ones over here have had 2 coats. We probably need a 3rd coat, but they look really, really cool. So I'm over here experimenting with the fabric. I got given a load of this kind of, I guess it's like 60s or 70s kind of really open weave fabric, which I think is going to look really cool next to the white. Like very sort of old school, but also quite sort of colourful. So now the question is, I need to make the wooden frames to go inside these metal frames. I guess I'm going to make one, see how it goes, and then if it works, then I'll make all the rest. I'm trying to figure out, because it's got to be a really tight fit, because otherwise it won't be soundproof. So I think I'm just going to try and make it exactly fit on the first one. Maybe I have to take it to bits and remake it, but at least then I'll know. So my plan is I'm going to make a frame out of this stuff. This is 16mm MDF, and I will cut a panel out of this stuff, which is 19mm MDF. I will frame the 19mm MDF with a frame of the 16mm, and then I will fill it with some insulation, a bit like that stuff. This is wood fibre insulation, but I've got some thinner stuff, which is going to nicely sit in this, and it's going to allow a bit of squashing down for when the fabric's on there. But yeah, I have to try and make it fit pretty accurately. The fabric adds about 1mm, but I'm thinking if I just ignore that extra 1mm, then it will be a really tight fit. Maybe it's going to be too tight a fit. I'm going to make one, I'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and make it like exactly fit with no extra, and if it's too big, then I will know for the next time. So yeah, I'm going to make one. All right, let's do it. Okay, yeah, it's too tight. Weird, I thought I had left a millimetre all the way around. It always works out like this. It doesn't matter how precise you try and be, you always need that kind of 2 or 3 mil. So I'll take it to bits and I will shave off 2 mil. I feel like that's going to be good. There's also these little burrs here from where the screw holes were put in, so I'll countersink those as well. So yes, 2 mil off, and then countersink those, and then it should go in, I think. Yeah, cool, that's better. Okay, so 2 mil off fits very nicely. There's a little gap there, but I think the fabric will nicely fix that. Alright, so now I'm going to put some insulation in and wrap this in fabric. No, first thing I'm going to do is round the edges with the router so that it's got a nice kind of soft profile. By the way, did I mention that one side of these is going to be absorbent and the other side will be more reflective, so the insulation will only be on one side. Okay, just managed to slice my finger when I was cutting this insulation. Bloody annoying, but could have been worse. Hopefully it'll be alright. Yeah, I'm just going to continue now, minus one finger. Pretty good. Okay, so now I have to flip it over and do the other side. It's a real shame that I have to waste all this fabric, but yeah, okay. I'm not sure if I have enough fabric to do all of these, but I'll see. Pretty good. Okay, fingers crossed that it fits. Okay, it is a little bit too big. I think next time I'll make it 2mm smaller again, I think. I think it will go in, but it's very, very tight, so I think it needs to be another 2mm. Okay. That almost goes in too easily. Almost too easy, so 1mm. We'll do 1mm difference. Okay, so this one was 2mm smaller than that one. That one was a bit of a mission to get in. This one was a bit too easy. I think I can probably see a little bit of light, a little tiny occasional bits of light. It might close up a bit when I screw these in. Maybe I'll try that now. Screw the panels in. But yeah, I think 1mm difference. Have my piece of paper over here. Man, this place is a big mess. I had my piece of paper. Oh, it's gone over there. So this was my latest size. So bloody finger. So if I do those at 3, that should be perfect then. Just the right amount of tightness. Man, these look so good. All right, I'm just going to crack on with, I think I definitely have enough fabric for the 5 big ones in this red stuff. So maybe I'll do 3 more bottom panels and then I'll do the smaller panels at the top. And then we can get the glass in. And then at least the big panels are done. And then I can focus on the little panels. Yeah, all right. Very good. So Ferdy is figuring out how to kind of hold the plexiglass in while we glue it in there, which we'll do in the morning. But that is all 5 big ones done as far as the panels go. They're so cool. Wow. I'm really happy with these. Okay. See you tomorrow. Oh no, just there. Yeah, it's well because it's 2 all the way around.
Yeah.
So it becomes quite big. But yeah, this is a really good way to do it.
Because that we use 1 tube per.
Well, but it's I feel like this should be down
Yeah.
1 centimetre.
Yeah.
So should we do it again? We
Yeah,
should get it right on the first one because otherwise it looks different.
If we say this one is, so this is 2 and another 3,
Yeah.
and this also just 0.5 millimeters.
Away from the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to fall out, is it? Because it will go in the gap anyway. It will go in there. It will glue it all. Yeah. Okay, I'm just doing the 5 kind of short ones. I've run out of the fabric, the red stuff, so now I'm basically just going through whatever I've got left lying around. And this is some kind of linen stuff, which is quite thin, but it's pretty nice colours. But I also found this mad, it's like a giant blanket thing, which I picked up somewhere ages ago, and something's telling me this would just look incredible on one of these screens, and maybe it's even kind of weirdly kind of diffusing as well because it's got these little bobbles on it. I just think it will look cool in a photo behind someone as they're sitting playing a guitar or something. So I think I have enough on this blanket to do 2, so I'll do 2 like this, and then 1 each in yellow, purple and green. Yeah, man. And meanwhile, Ferdy is perfecting his technique. He's taping both sides of the perspex, plexiglass, I mean, at this point, so that it's ready for the second side. And he's got some sort of silicone tool, a little silicone tool, instead of using his finger. Any other tricks you've learned, Ferdy, in the last half an hour? No? Looking great, man. Wow. This is pretty amazing. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know, what do we think? I think it's fucking incredible. Okay, I've got enough for 2 of these. I'm speechless. Very good. Okay, there we go. Pretty unbelievable. Right, so I'm going to go through some of the details of the materials. This is the stuff that we used to glue in the windows, partly because it's very flexible. And I thought, yeah, that would be good. You know, if vibrations hit this, it might kind of dampen it a little bit, but also it'll just kind of sit in there nicely. Okay, so that's that. Let me measure these. Hang on. 230 by 98. And the window is about 126, 192. So 230 high, 98, 126, 192. These ones 131. About the bottoms, one of the reasons we went with these adjustable wheels is so we could experiment with how close to the floor we could get them. I mean, it's quite good in this studio because it's got this vinyl floor, so they can roll really nicely, really easily. So yeah, I did adjust them to get just a tiny little gap at the bottom. I suppose we could jack them up a bit higher if we ended up wanting to put cables underneath them, but they seem to work pretty good. I've used them for a few sessions, and especially this whole thing with the wheels being able to just kind of roll around each other and the legs get out of the way. It's really cool. Like, you can build really cozy little kind of mini booths. I think that's about it, isn't it? Any other questions, put them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. Yeah, what an adventure. Pretty crazy to do, but yeah, it's definitely possible. Oh yeah, materials cost. I have it written on a piece of paper. Hold on, let's see. So yeah, these these are in crowns. So in euro, the plexiglass was around 250 euro. The MDF was around 400. The metal was around 200-ish. I think I'm kind of converting from crowns to euros in my head. The wheels around 80, the insulation around 80. So yeah, it's basically more or less €1,000. Did I say under €1,000? Maybe I meant to say just over €1,000. Yeah, it's roughly €1,000, which for all of these Gobos, or whatever they're called, I think is quite a bargain. In my research, I saw second-hand ones of these for sale. Okay, granted they were kind of original 70s, 80s ones or whatever, but I saw a set similar to this and it was like €15,000 or something. And I think they maybe even were made out of wood. They definitely weren't as nice looking as these. So it's possible. You can do this. You can make your own. Hopefully this video has been helpful to you and given you a bit of confidence. If you have any other questions, maybe I forgot something on the video, then put it in the comments and I will answer it. Okay, I think that's it. So thank you very much for watching all the way to the end of this video. I will see you next time for something else. Not sure what it will be just yet. But yeah, until then, look after each other, take care, lots of love, and goodbye.